What up, YouTube? It's about that time again. Now we tune in to Real Talk Gospel, and we're gonna listen to episode 39 on Real Talk Gospel, Harold the Great. Before we get this started, I would like to say thank you for tuning in to Real Talk Gospel. Give me your feedbacks about it. Hit the thumbs up you agree. Hit the thumbs down you disagree. Hit the like button before I talk about this. And hit the notification bell when you stay notified when I drop out a new one. Remember, God love you and God forgive you for the remission of your sins. And follow me on Instagram on Real Talk 100. So let's get this started. Harold the Great. Let me explain to you about what Harold the Great is. Harold the Great, born between 72 and 4 BCE, he was a Roman Jewish client king of the Herodian kingdom of Judah. So he was a king of Judah. What he known was a colossal building projects. Amongst these works are the rebuilding of the Second Temple in Jerusalem and the expanding of base, which is the Western Hall beginning part of it. So he owned all those cities that he ran half of Judah. And better yet, he ran the whole city itself. So when many of crucial details of his life been recorded in his works of the first century BCE Roman Jewish historical Josephus. So, despite of Harold the Great was success, was a foreign of a new crazy, has been criticized by various historians. He was a person that kills children under the age of 2. So when Harold the Great was a jealous person, a very jealous person, because when he find out any woman has a boy, he wants to kill all the boys because he was afraid that when they grow up, he's going to take over his operation. Hit the like button. So, despite Harold's success, including foreign, a new autocracy, he has been criticized by various historians. His reign polarized historical opinion, which is viewing his legacy as evidence of success and some viewings as evidence of training. So Harold the Great has he was disguised of the Christian Bible as coordinator of Massacre of the Innocents. So when he trying to kill baby Jesus, we're going to get to that in a minute. So when most of the New Testament refers of his son Harold Antipas, such as the events leading of the execution of John the Baptist and Jesus of Nazareth in Matthew 14, are his grandson Harold Agrippa. So he one of them guys. He was going to execute his own grandson. See, all his real family, he execute them because of the jealousy that he has against the boys on the side of the family, that they will grow up and try to take over his power, or go over there and try to take over his city. Same thing with, let me give you an example. When a man, you got some men, today's right now, he got some men that hire other men because he refused to hire other men because he afraid that they will get jealous and tries to take over his business. And when you go in there and you hire these men or whatever, and then when the deal go down, they end up take over your business. They end up going to sleep. You got your wife as your partner. He's gonna end up sleeping with your wife or whatever, not like and whatever things like that. That's why some men hire number women. Hit the like button. So Harold was a strange mixture, a clever and effects rulers of crude tronic. On the other hand, he was a distrustful, jealous, and bitter, ruthlessly cruising any particular opposition. The Jews never accept him as a legitimate king, and they infuriate him. So he constantly feared conspiracy. He execute his wife when he suspect she was plotting against him. 3 of his sons, another wife, and his mother-in-law met at the same fate when they too were suspecting a conspiracy. So Harold will execute his wife because he thinking that she's gonna plot against him, like plot to get him killed or plot to. It's a lot of stuff going on in this man that he was a very jealous, insecure, evil person. Hit the like button. So Harold tried to be legitimate Jew that would not eat pork, but he freely murdered his sons. Matthew's account of Harold's slaughter of the infants in Bethlehem fits well with what he knows of the king of ambition, paranoia, and cruelty. It's under Matthew 2:18. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Harold the Great was an evil, conniving person that he kills all the newborn babies, the infants. And if he find out she had a boy, he'll try to execute this boy because he was a very jealous, evil person that he don't give a damn about nothing but him. But remember, he runs a whole city of Judah. He was a king of Judah. He ran the whole city. He ran that city. But the thing is, he the type of person that he don't like nobody get above him. He wants to be above everybody. Hit the like button. He wants to be above everybody. He wants to be a ruler, but he don't like no other body else gonna grow up and trying to take over. He, like I said, remember, he don't pass the torch to nobody. He a type person, for example, he a type person, if he dies, he going to, who gonna run the country? Who gonna run the city? That you don't want nobody to pass the torch. You ain't got nobody who you gonna pass the torch to because you're afraid that those other people get jealous of you. You execute your wife, you execute your sons, then you execute your infants just because of jealousy, an insecurity that he's been doing. Now, what's the good side of Herod? Let me say about the good side of him. Herod wasn't all that bad. Now, I'm going to tell you something. This is the same time. This is back and forth in between good and bad. Herod wasn't a bad person. He presented himself as the protector of Judaism and sought to gain the favor of the Jews. He encouraged the development of the synagogue, cannot pronounce that, but communities in the time of calmly remitted taxes and supplies the people with free grain. So he supplied the taxes. He supplied the food. He supplies this, and he supplies also all the other stuff he supplied. He supplies all this. So he also was a great builder. He was a builder, a role which has earned him the title the Great. His greatest project was the rebuilding and the beautification of the temple of Jerusalem. They call him Herod the Great because he was a great person that builds the temple in Jerusalem. That's what the word great came from. That's why they call him Herod the Great, because he was a great person. On the other hand, but when you get on his bad side, then that's when all bets are off. Hit the like button. So he so his greatest project was the building a beautification of the temple of Jerusalem, restoring it to ever great splendor than the time of Solomon. Judah prospered economy during Harold's reign. He extended Israel territories through conquest to build fortifications of defense of the Romans' frontiers. Now I'm gonna tell you something. Harold would do good whenever he want to. Harold would do good whatever he want. And when he do good whatever he want, then he start building. He build buildings. He build stores. He built his city was a beautiful city where all these things happen. Money, you got to spend money in his city, things like that. So I'm gonna give you another one. Harold was committed, held this, and the admirer of Roman culture. He built a Greek-style theater, amphitheater, and hippodrome, outdoor stadium for horses, and chariot racing through the land. While he earned him a favor of many upper class Jews, it brought disdain from the more conservative Pharisees and the common people. The Herodians mention the gospel, which is Mark 3 and 6 and Mark 12 and 13, was Hellenistic Jews supported a Herod dynasty who favored a stability and status quo brought by Roman authority. Let me tell you something. When Herod the Great built all these things, he built communities, he built housing, he built residents, he built all this stuff. That's a good side about Harold. Now I'm gonna tell you, when Harold wanted to kill, I'm gonna tell you, let's stop right quick. When Harold wanted to kill baby Jesus, when Harold tried to kill the baby Jesus by ordering the massacre of the innocents, killing all male children in Bethlehem who was 2 years old and under, after the Magi tricked him. Later, Herod Antipas, the son of Herod the Great, also played a role as an adult Jesus crucifixion story. He mocked Jesus by dressing him in a kingly robe and ultimately sent him back to Pontius Pilate, who did commit Jesus. Let me ask you a question. Do you think, let me ask you a question. Stop down saying, so we're going to go back to we talk about this. The question is, did Herod the Great have something to do with Jesus' crucifixion? When he got 33 years old, when he got grown. Now, did Herod the Great was part of the Romans when Jesus was crucified for being too nice? He even mocked him. Remember that. This is what all the baby killers, that's what all these people committing these crimes to children as today's world. That started from Harold the Great was the first guy ever killed children. He didn't kill one child, he killed thousands of children under 2 years old and under. Hit the like button. So when Jesus was a baby, he trying to kill Jesus. Then Joseph and Mary ended up taking him. I believe, I don't know how true it is. I believe he took him to Egypt until, and stayed out for all these years until Harold the Great passed away and he turned and came back to Bethlehem. That's what he did. He went, he had they ran and they fled with baby Jesus to Egypt. So I'm not sure what that was. Now, according to the struggle accounts, Harold the Great was a regional king of Judah, which is contained of cities of Bethlehem and Jerusalem. He ruled from 37 BCE until his death in 4 BCE, at the time when Judah was still under Roman influence. Most scholars estimate that Jesus was born between 6 and 4 BCE. Now, when Jesus born between 6 and 4, what year he really was born? I'm not sure, I believe he's born 5 BCE. If he born between 6 and 4, what come after 4? 5, right? And then 6. So Jesus believed born in 5 BCE. And when he died, when Harold the Great died, Harold the Great was already in his 60s when Jesus was born. He was already in his 60s. But remember, he was around 37 and 36, 35 BCE. So when Harold the Great killed all these kids because of power, because of knowledge, because of jealousy, and he was afraid they was going to take over his empire. It's going to take over his city. This same thing, if another man comes in, for example, if a man hired number women, we're going to say it again, you got some men hiring number women. They don't want to hire no men because this man will afraid this man is going to take over his operation. So they're going to mess up. This is where Harold Great comes in. That's the same thing what he does. He don't want to pass the torch to another man. He don't believe in giving another man and never teach another man how to run the city. Hit the like button. He don't believe in that. He want to believe in, he won't do things himself. He don't want another man to take over his city. And that's what it did. It got so far that he had it got so far that he had to kill all those kids. He didn't get arrested because he was the man that run the city. So he don't get arrested. He just got rid of all the kids. I believe he even been around. I believe that he been around when these women got pregnant. He will wait till the woman deliver the baby, and he'll check the baby, see this is a boy. If he's a boy, he'll take that baby, trying to kill it. And then if it was a girl, he'll hand the baby over back to the mama, but take the boy instead. That's what I believe. Hit the like button. That's what I believe he was doing. He'll wait for these women to deliver the baby. Did he did that? Did he really does that? Really waiting for these women to deliver a boy so he can kill the boy? Because it was all a misunderstanding with Harold the Great. Now, when Harold died in 4 BC, he was about 69 years old. And Harold died in 4 BC, Matthew 2:19, probably from intestinal cancer, as the final act of revenge against his contemporary subject. He round up and leading Jews and command that his death should be executed. His reason was that if there was no mourning of his death, at least there would be mourning at his death, at Harold's death, in order to be overruled and the prisoners was released. So Harold the Great had a bunch of prisoners too as well. He had a bunch of prisoners after he died. All those prisoners been released, just got out. They released all the prisoners. So he kept those prisoners in there in that cell a long time. Now, when Joseph and Mary find out Harold the Great passed away, they end up leaving Egypt and moved on back to Bethlehem after he died, because it was the only way that, if that was the only way that they will come back if something happened to Harold the Great. Hit the like button. So let's see. We're going to talk about some Bibles here. Bible quotes. Let's see. Let me see what's this. We're going to do this like this. We're going to go ahead and we're going to open up our Bibles real quick. So now Matthew 2:16. Remember, then Harold, when he saw that he's been tricked by the wise men, become furious, he was sent and killed all the males, children in Bethlehem, and all that region were 2 years old under, according to the time that he had as certain from the wise men. So he been tricked by these wise men. When the wise men tricked Harold got furious. He got pissed off. He got mad. And what he did is he killed all those kids in Bethlehem. Killed all of them. And when Joseph found out that when Joseph and Mary found out about it, they had warned them that Harold started killing the children. Hit the like button. They hurry up and took baby Jesus out of here. Now, this is what Harold the Great was older. He was getting old. It's close to his death now. Because remember, Jesus was born between 6 and 4 BCE. And remember, Harold the Great died in 4 BCE. He died at 69 years old from cancer. So he wanted to go after Jesus and kill him. So now let's see what Matthew 2:1-23 says. Now after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judah in the days of Herod the king, behold, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem, saying, where is he who is now born king of the Jews? For he saw his star when he rose, and he had come to worship him. When Herod the king heard this, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And some assembly of all the chief priests and scribes of the people, that he acquired them where the Christ what was born. They told him in Bethlehem of Judah, for so is written by the prophet. Now, Harold the Great is looking for Jesus now. He's looking for him. He says, where is he who's born King of the Jews? He looking for Jesus now. So now he thinking Jesus was the born King of the Jews. So when he saw a star and had come and worshiped him, he touched all, he brought the whole Jerusalem with Harold the Great to go find Jesus. Now, by the time they find Jesus, him, Harold the Great, and Joseph and Mary took Jesus. They was already gone when they came to look for him. They was already gone because they heard the word already that they was coming to look for Jesus, because he was the chosen one. He was the chosen one. Hit the like button. He was the chosen one. So they coming to find him. So they was already gone already. They already went all the way out, gone, going towards Egypt. So, because Bethlehem, he wanted all of it. So now when Jesus is born, he's about to take over. Now when Herod the Great passed away, he came back. Now Jesus become the leader of a Jew. He came leader. He came and have the Son of God. So God was looking at the Jesus, because he knew Herod the Great was coming to kill Jesus. But he was already gone. Now, let's see what Luke 9:7-9 says. Now, Herod the Tetrarch heard by all of the happening, and he was perplexed, because it was said some of the John has been raised from the dead, by some of Elijah has appeared, by all the others, that one of the prophets had raised it. Herod says, John I beheaded, but who is this about who I'm hearing such thing? And he sought to see him. Now, let me tell you, Herod got the jealousy up in him. He wants to take over everything. He wants everybody to look up to Herod the Great. Now, by time he went, so he knew what's gonna happen. Stuff start happening now, because now he afraid. Herod the Great was afraid now, because another person come to the earth that has the power, has the strength, has been a gift from God. Hit the like button. Now I'm gonna show you Matthew 24:1-51. Matthew 24:1-51 says, Jesus left the temple and was gone away, when his disciples came to point out to him in the buildings of the temple. But he answered them, you see all these, do you not? Truly do I say to you, there will not be left here no one stone upon another, there that will not be thrown down. As he sat on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately, saying, tell us when these things be, and what will be the sign of your coming at the end of the age? When Jesus answered them, see that no one leads you astray, for many will come in my name, saying, I am the Christ, and they will lead many astray. Now, he said, I am Christ. Now he getting the power because he was gone. He left the temple already. Remember, Judas, Herod the Great, and his disciples is going after Jesus now. They was already gone. Many people, now about time, all them people is turned to Christ now. They looking at Christ and says, I am the Christ, and I am lead many astray. So a lot of people start going to Christ. That ate him alive. That ate Herod the Great alive. That ate him alive now. But remember, he got cancer. Harold the Great got cancer. He's dying. He on his last hospital bed dying right now. Now, Luke 1:5 says, in these days, Harold, the king of Judah, there was a priest named Zechariah in the division of Abi, and he has a wife from the daughter of Aaron, and her name was Elizabeth. Zechariah and Abi has a wife from a daughter of Aaron. Now, Ari's daughter, Elizabeth, was Zechariah's daughter. He was the division of Ari. So Ahab, that he had a wife. So the daughter, so Aaron was Elizabeth. So anyway, that's all I had to put that out there and say, because when let me tell you, you got to watch out in the reality. See, you got people out here in this world act just like this man right here. Act like this man. He will get jealous. All these killings going on here when they fathers killing their daughters and killing their sons and all that. It be so many children die by the hands of a mother and a father because I don't know if it was jealousy. I don't know they had a problem, or they have a mental illness going on, or they don't want to raise kids, or kids slowing them down. But the punishment that Herod the Great had was cancer. When he died in 4 BCE, he died at 69 years old. So when all these people that has a mental problem, that not thinking and not paying attention of these children, that's why right today they've been doing this for so many centuries, killing kids. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And they been doing this for years, centuries. I mean, for centuries. And he was the first person that does this. So when that cancer came in, that was the punishment he received. That was the punishment that he had received. Straight up. Yep, so thank you for watching Real Talk Gospel. God love you. God bless you. And God forgive me for the remission of my sins. Amen. Amen.